I'm Krystle Johnson, and I did my internship at Primrose School at Waterside Estates in Richmond, Texas, a franchise of Primrose schools. Primrose is a private kindergarten, preschool, and pre-kindergarten, as well as a daycare for infants and toddlers. I found the internship first off by making a list of all the places in the area that I could think of that I would want to intern at, like local preschools, learning centers, and after-school programs. I then visited all on my list, and when they didn't have any opportunities, I asked if they knew of anyone or any place that would have an opportunity for my internship. I went to a Kids Are Kids, and they are the ones that referred me to the Primrose School at Waterside Estates. I couldn't find this school online at the time. It's because they were updating their website, it turns out. And so I went and I applied, and they called me in within a couple days for an interview, and I got the internship. My responsibilities at Primrose School were for two things. I was an assistant teacher in a preschool class and pre-kindergarten class, off and on, and I was also the Explorers teacher for the after-school program. For the assistant teaching position, I was able to help supervise a class, plan with the lead teacher, lesson plans for the next couple days, and implement lessons in small group lessons, like in science and art and math. And I also was responsible for housekeeping duties of the classroom ground, so I had to go check around the playground to make sure it was safe for the kids to play on and such. For the Explorers teacher, I provided appropriate supervision for the kids, especially when they were outside playing, as well as inside and doing rotations throughout the different activities that they can do. I implemented homework help sessions, so I was in charge of helping them with their homework, as well as implementing the lesson plans that are provided through the Primrose curriculum. So I led group discussions and activities as well with the kids. I believe that my knowledge of child development and communication skills I gained and strengthened at BYU Idaho helped me serve effectively in my duties as a teacher and an assistant teacher. Having an understanding of child development helped me be able to recognize when children were behind developmentally and how I could help them progress. Some of my coworkers also said that I have children's skills, kind of similar to people skills, but mainly with children. I was able to work with and connect with certain children that other teachers previously struggled to work with. And I also believe that my policy of honesty helped benefit my experience at Primrose. The director, she mentioned on my application the first thing that she saw was that I attended a Brigham Young school. She's a very strong Catholic, and when she saw that I have those same Christian beliefs, she told me that she felt like she could trust me and that she knew that I would be honest in everything that I do and say at Primrose and that she could trust me. Whereas I guess in the past they've struggled to trust other employees they've worked with. I benefited in multiple ways from this internship. I learned so much. I learned how important it is to have communication with parents and those you work with. In a way, I firmly believe that communicating with the parents helped me gain their trust as well as their child's trust, as the children saw me talk to their parents about them and about their day and what their struggles were and how they were succeeding in our program. I also learned how to work with children who have all different kinds of personalities and needs. I was able to work with them individually as well as in a group setting, so I got to work with them one-on-one and in a group. And I believe in this I got to see their different temperaments, and I learned how to work with the kids who are more easygoing and who are more high-strung. And it was a really neat experience being able to do that, both with them individually and then together as a group, and try to help them get to working together as a team. One big connection that I made between my schooling at BYU Idaho and working at Primrose School at Waterside Estates was that Each child is different and learns at his or her own pace. They truly do develop at their own rate. It reminds me a lot of Piaget's stages of development and how he talked about how each child goes through the stages, but at their own rate. It was really neat being able to work with the kids, both in preschool and pre-kindergarten, and in the after-school program as well, to see them all work towards the same milestone, you could say, but arriving there at their own rate and own pace. I would definitely recommend doing an internship through Primrose Schools. If you'd like to do one at Primrose School at Waterside Estates in Richmond, Texas, feel free to call or email them. Their information is listed below. Mention that you are doing it through Brigham Young University, Idaho. You can ask for Miss Waldroff or Miss Elizabeth Moore, who is the area director. Or you can even go online to www.primroseschools.com and find a local Primrose school in your area.